Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of Skating with the Stars. Last week was the first episode, and I don't have to tell you, it wasn't that great. Alright, so I'm going to rename it Skating with the Semi-Stars. Tonight's scores are going to be added to last week's scores and audience votes, and a semi-star is going to be going home. Dear. Okay, so this week, the elements of peril, are tricky footwork and a dance lift. So Jonny and Brooke started off the show, and a little backstory, her partner dropped her and she broke her heel, I think it was, right through her skating boot, which ended her professional competitive career. So yeah, he's got a groin strain. But they were going to do a swing, and God help them, they were going to have fun doing it. And you know what? It was lots of fun. He was pretty steady on the ice. I was kind of surprised. Just too many hesitations, I thought. It was just like, all right, I finished that move. Now I got to wait to go into the next one, then the next one. And then, I don't know. He needs a little bit more fluidity. But Johnny Weir was blown away. All right, so 24 for technical, 20 for artistic. 44 this week plus 40 last week. That's an 84 total. That's pretty damn good for this show. Alright, and poor Dick. He can't tell the difference between a 7 and an 8. He held up the 7 paddle, but he said 8. He's a little confused. Alright, Vince and who? Jennifer up next? Come on, host, get it together. You don't even know the pros' names? They had a tango. First of all, what a freak show arrangement of Roxanne. Sting is probably, like, livid. And Vince, oh, poor Vince. He fell when he was in the lift, when he was holding her up. And it was a pretty simple lift, so that's pretty sad. Dick Button says, don't worry about mistakes. Why don't we just give everyone a gold medal, Dick? Alright, so technical score was a 13. That's pretty low. Artistic, 17. They actually did better than last week, though, so congratulations. 30 this week plus 28 last week, that's a 58. All right, Bethenny and Ethan up next. She said, F Jonny Weir. I just want to have fun. You know, I don't think Jonny Weir appreciates that, and he is a pretty angry queen. So she had a little breakdown during rehearsal. She's got no time for sleep. Excuse me, this is pretty much a no-brainer. If you're going to be a whore and take on every project that they stick under your nose, then yeah, there's not going to be any time for sleep. So lighten it up the load a bit. You don't have to take everything, Bethenny, for crying out loud. You just had a baby. Alright, so they had a swing dance. It was super basic. I mean, there was nothing fancy schmancy going on there. And she got lifted a lot. And let me just tell you something, Bethenny. Bent over with your hands between your legs, waiting to be lifted is not a good performance. So they ended up with a 17 for technical, a 16 for artistic. So that's 33 this week plus last week's 29. That's a 62. They're kind of in the middle. And when I say middle, I mean very near the bottom middle. All right, Brandon and Keauna. This is the one that looks like Cheryl Burke. Alright, they had a tango. All I'm going to say about his performance was it was pretty polished. There's not too much bad you could say about it. Dick wanted to know if he was a vampire, though. And let me just take a moment here to say, Jonny, that's a whole lot of look. The hair, the glasses, the catchphrase, I don't know. When you wear yellow like that, you're either Big Bird or you're screaming, bitch, please. I think it was the last one. All right, Brandon's performance, it made Johnny's head want to pop off. TMI, Jonny, TMI. So technically 24, artistically 25, that's a 49, plus last week's 36 is an 85. Is this scoring like so freaking overdone and complicated? The answer, yes. All right, Sean and Denis. Sean had some words of wisdom. FYI, I just want everyone to know that ice is a slippery place. Thanks, Sean. Did it take you 6 weeks to figure that one out? They're doing a swing dance, or they did one. My advice for Sean, put the girdle back on. Don't listen to Dick. All right, not one, but 2 falls. And the second fall was a pretty bad crotch shot. But don't worry, Sean. No one's watching. They're really not. All right, if I was Sean, I probably just would have stayed down on the ice and played dead until the music was over, because it wasn't good. I'm sorry. So technically a 12, artistically an 18, that's a 30, which is worse than last week. They were only one of 2 people that did worse than last week. So that is a 30 plus a 34, 64. I need a calculator to keep control of this. Rebecca and Fred, the last couple to perform, they did a tango, and yes, Dimitri showed up. Hello. Just show Dimitri. Don't even show the rest of anything else. All right, so, wow. She made everyone else look like fetuses, I thought, out there on skates. But you know what? It just wasn't sexy enough for Jonny. I have a feeling not too many things are sexy enough for Jonny. And Dick just wants to be seduced. Don't make me go there, Dick. First of all, you don't even know the difference between a 7 and an 8. And Dick, just don't do it. I thought the judges were actually pretty harsh on her, but I guess that they have to try and equalize this somehow so that she just doesn't run the hell away with the entire competition, because she totally could. Technical 23. Come on, hello. Artistically 21. What? Because she wasn't looking like she wanted to get raped, or what? 44 this week. 45 last week. She did worse, yeah. That's right, the numbers don't lie, but the judges do. She ended up with an 89. Still at the top of the pack, though. All right, so now it's time for the elimination. It's Sean and Denis versus Vince and Jennifer. Both pretty bad. So stick a fork in. Brrr, Sean and Denis, they're eliminated. Well, at least she went out on a low. Next time, the performances are going to have to tell a story. And they are actually going to have to jump in the air. Until next week, much love.